5 times Clint stayed in the vents, and 1 time he didn't. By PolynomialPandemic. Read by My Lost and Found. Chapter 4. Rewind. Summary. Right after the Chitauri invasion. Trigger warning. Mention of jumping out of an elevator. Too much pity. Abandonment. Kind of. And not sleeping. Tony had missed something in the ground rules for the tower. He'd never said Clint couldn't be in the vents. Well, maybe the ground rules only applied when you were walking around. Wait, Thorin Iron-Ass fly around. Well, it didn't matter. Clint reflected as he lay on his back in the aforementioned vents and munched on a pack of Skittles. The other Hawkeye's deplorable eating habits must be rubbing off on him. Not that pizza, coffee, and whatever he could get his hands on counted as non-deplorable eating habits. And even if it had been in the ground rules, he'd still be camping out here. It's not like he could stay anywhere else. The team had left without much thought to their recently no longer cleared for duty comrade, probably assuming he had somewhere he could be. The tower itself was being completely redone on the inside, and all personnel had been cleared while the high clearance construction crew fixed all Loki had inflicted, and more. Tony's parting comment had been, "Shield can babysit you. Tell Fury I'll pay him $20 when I get home. Be in bed by 8. The situation wasn't ideal. He'd tried it, of course, after a day of glares and wariness that made him want to put an arrow through half the agents' heads. No, not again, no. Or something. Of course, he wouldn't actually shoot an agent for no reason. Again. And worse, the pitying stares. He hated pity. It itched all over and grated when the stares flicked away, but not quite in time. Or when people flinched from him, damn it. And not people fresh back from an op. People like Ollie from Records, who had never been on a mission in their lives. I'd avoid me too, after. Anyways, he couldn't stay with Kate. He wouldn't bring this on her. And anyways, wasn't she off-world? Something about the young Avengers and the fate of the universe. Kids these days. He smiled and shifted slightly on the ratty blanket grabbed from his room in S.H.I.E.L.D. before he had gotten the fuck out. And the farm was off limits. So, the vents. They weren't actually that bad, he reflected. He got out and about after the crews left for the night, and exercised on the rafters and the obstacle course being built in the big new room downstairs that would probably be a gym or something. He ate stuff from the vending machine, using the same change every night, and breaking into the machine to get his stolen quarters back every morning. It wasn't healthy, but hey, he was eating. Sometimes. Up here, he had a blanket, a half-wrecked Nintendo, pent-up energy, and a computer taken from one of the desks. That had actually been a challenge to hack into. Stark knew his stuff, but whatever worker had owned it had used their birthday as the password, so it hadn't been much of a challenge. That had distracted him for a couple of hours. He probably had Mario memorized by now. Sleeping? He wasn't sleeping. Nope, not again. He'd tried that once, back at S.H.I.E.L.D., and waking up from reliving the past couple of days, opening his eyes to find the hidden surveillance equipment that had been set up in his room, stumbling out into the hall filled with unfriendly agents. It was a wonder he hadn't jumped out of the elevator at HQ with the insipid panic attack. He was Hawkeye, damn it. He didn't get panic attacks. But only a complete idiot would jump out of that elevator. They'd think he'd gone rogue again. Staying awake. Oh yeah. He stopped nodding off into his Skittles and ignored how the room seemed to close in and the shadows settle closer. It was going to be a long week.